Sikshayati, platform for eminent authors, engaging teachers, successful students. To know more, email. Rights of unpaid seller against the buyer personally. An unpaid seller can enforce certain rights called as rights in personam as against rights in rem in respect of goods against the buyer personally in addition to his right against the goods. Sue for price. The unpaid seller may sue the buyer if the buyer neglects or refuses to pay the seller as per contract. Property passed to buyer. When the property in goods has passed on to the buyer, the unpaid seller can sue him for price even if the payment of price is not linked with the transfer of property or delivery. Property not passed to buyer. When the property in goods has not passed to the buyer but the payment has become due, the seller may sue him for price. Sue for damages for non-acceptance of goods. When the buyer wrongfully neglects or refuses to accept the goods and pay the price of the goods, the unpaid seller can sue him for damages for non-acceptance. Refusal amounting to repudiation. When the refusal amounts to repudiation of the contract, the damages should be measured as per section 73 and 74 of Indian Contract Act 1872. Refusal not amounting to repudiation. Where the refusal does not amount to repudiation and the seller requests buyer to take delivery of the goods, but buyer does not take delivery of goods within reasonable time, the buyer is liable to the seller for reasonable charges for taking care and custody of goods and for any loss occasioned by his refusal or neglect. Sue for damages for anticipatory breach. If the buyer repudiates the contract before the date of delivery, the seller may either treat the contract as subsisting and wait till the date of delivery, or he may treat the contract as rescinded and sue for damages for breach of contract without waiting for the due date. Sue for interest. The seller may recover interest from the buyer if there is a specific agreement between the parties to a contract regarding interest on price of the goods from the date on which payment becomes due. In absence of specific agreement regarding interest, the seller can charge interest on the price when it becomes due. Court may award interest at such rate as it thinks fit on the amount of the price from the date of tender of price or from the date on which the price was payable. Thank you for watching the video. Kindly write your comments. Click on the red subscribe button at the bottom of the video to get more details and free ebook. Email us.